Another case. The fourth. And about. Boss, I'm a busy man. Yes, boss. What? You say a man has been murdered? Boss, are you sure I'm that type of caliber of a Sherlock Department agency? I'm your best detective. Well, boss, I take that as a compliment. You know, Mark Twain always used to say you could live on a compliment for 3 months. So, boss, if I get this case done in 3 months, I'll be doing you a good job. Boss, I'll accept the case, and I'll try to have it done within a span of 3 semanas plus 30 dias. Okay, boss. I'll call you back with the pedophile data code when I'm ready. Bye-bye, boss. Say what man has been murdered. Hand me my cloak. Always provides knowledge to the cerebrum plus the optical lobe. That's another part involves all physiological activities. So the man was murdered. We don't know how. Could have been a knife. Could have been these scissors. I don't know where they are. It could have been a gun or bazooka. But we don't know. I heard the man was murdered in a place called Washington. Named after the first president of the United States of the Americas. Oh, I'm based right now in a Sherlock Detective Agency in Phoenix, Arizona. We must travel to Seattle, Washington. We must interview the people of the streets. We must find the murdered person, and we must bring him back to the department agency. Actually, no, we won't bring him back because he'll be dead, but we'll bring the person that murdered him back to the department agency, and we'll get him in some trouble. All right. So we're here, traveling up to Seattle. So here we go. Seattle, Washington. There we are. Great Seattle. Now what I told you was whenever I travel inside the Americas, I always travel with a specific African animal. Last time I went none other than a zebra. This time I'm going none other than the Congo Waishima parrot. This is a famous bird to native Congo. They keep them everywhere they go. And I want to blame them in Washington, and they lock these parrots from Congo. So here we go. First of all, I must call the boss and tell him what's going on. Where's my magnifying glass? Here we go. Boss! We're here. Yes, boss. You say he was murdered on a Fifth Street. Well, we must find Fifth Street, boss. And we must tell him that the man who was murdered will pay for what he did. Bye-bye, boss. So we must find Fifth Street. And here we go to Fifth Street. Sir, have you heard anything about a murderer? Sir? Sir? I think he's asleep. Oh, snipies! This is the murder man! Look at the scissors! Now, this is what I thought. It's a stabbing. We must take these back, catch the pedophile, and we will find him. So here we go. Back to the department agency. We are very high, as I said, technicalities here at the Sherlock Department Agency. Always got the plug in my earphones. Well, last week, for celebration of the case, I went over to a game show, won a lot of tickets, and I bought myself a big koala bear. So that time I can maybe cut him out and take the stuffing out. And for my next case, I can dress up as none other than the koala panda. Boss, we have a pedophile. We found scissors that he cut the man with. Boss, I'm going to send them to you. I just need a copy of it on the data code. Boss, it should be on your computer, daughter, any order. Boss, but I've heard some bad news. I've heard that the man who killed him has gone back to Russia. We must travel to Russia! Into the Red Square in Moscow! And we will find him! Boss! Bye-bye. Hand me my cloak! When we travel to Moscow, I can't travel as an African animal. Because they won't lock it in Russia. So I must find another disguise. In Russia, what do they lock? I'm gonna travel as a fireball. Now, why I'm traveling as a fireball cannot be said. Those are only detective inside information, and I may not tell the public. So when we travel to Moscow to provide some heat, because our London science class a few years ago, heat escapes from the toes to the head. So if we're in Moscow and it's pouring down some white ice cubes due to frozen rain, that's called condensation. We must use the fireball to keep the heat in our cabezas. Now, what I know about Russia? Not much.
You got a minute and a half.
We'll just go on to another film. Russia is a different type of place. See, the world, they used to think it was a big, big rectangle. But then a guy named Christopher Columbus sailed blue in 1942. Now, see, those circles, so Russia's about right here. So we just got to go across the Potomac Sea. So here we go, setting out to Russia. Got to cross the river. We're here. Now, in Russia, you got to be kind of slicky. So when someone comes up to you, just got to slick by. Hand me my magnifying glass. We must investigate. Now, I'll mention to you in our first film about an ancient technique called the low search. This time I'll be performing the low search, but it's a jump off.